The government's rejection of the US's request for a warship to join the international defence of sea lanes in the Red Sea against Houthi attacks on shipping. The government has really given its reasons for a need to prioritise the Indo-Pacific. Is that justification, do you think, for rebuffing the Americans?
No, it's completely unconvincing, Janie. Supporting the American international effort to keep open the sea lanes in the Red Sea is critical to Australia's economic interests, for a start. Secondly, we should be supporting our allies, and such as England and Spain and Italy and Canada and Britain, all of which have joined the international task force. Surely we can supply a warship in the Northern Hemisphere, as well as maintain our commitments in the Indo-Pacific. I think the bigger problem here is that the government doesn't have a warship with sufficient defensive capability to be put in harm's way. The Houthis from Yemen, which is an Iranian state, are inveterate users of drones. They've destroyed targets in Saudi Arabia, for instance, and I don't believe we have a warship that has a counter-drone capacity, which is a terrible indictment on our naval capacity.
Let's turn to another topic, and a number of end-of-year polls have the government at either level pegging with the opposition or back to the last election results after starting the year with huge leads. Anthony Albanese's own results looks like showing support has slid significantly and Dutton's support has certainly increased. So what do you think Albanese's reset for the political agenda to gain the ascendancy would have to be?
He has a major challenge for sure, Janie. The government's finishing 2023 in a vastly different condition than at the beginning of the year when it reigned supreme. All of the creditable polls recently have shown that its leaders evaporated. They're only slightly ahead of the opposition, or the same winning margin of the last election, or on equal ranking with the opposition. So Peter Dutton has done a superb job in putting the Liberal Party in the opposition on a competitive basis. How does the government reset? Well, a lot of that is Anthony Albanese's responsibility. He invested so much time and effort, and that of his government, in the Voice referendum, which failed. And there's been some ministerial incompetencies on the way through, the release of the detainees, the inexplicable rejection of Qatar, extra flights, and so on. In the end, though, Janie, the government's fortunes are tied to easing the cost of living pressures. Inflation's at 5.4% at present, and the Reserve Bank is going to keep increasing interest rates till that comes down. If the government can reduce the inflation rate, and if interest rates could possibly be reduced by the Reserve Bank, then their stocks will rise significantly within the community.
Yeah, a lot to look out for. Before we let you go, a 36-hour marathon is underway. The Sydney fish markets, I know you're in the Gold Coast, but I do believe you're celebrating Christmas Day in Sydney. Do you have any favourite seafood dishes for your menu on Christmas Day? Any tips you want me to ask the CEO in a minute?
Shellfish, of course, prawns and lobster and crab, but I love the toothfish, sometimes known as Patagonian toothfish or the glacier toothfish. It's a deep southern ocean fish, really tender, really beautiful.
Oh, nice. Well, I hope you and your loved ones have a very happy, healthy and safe Christmas. Always great to see you, Peter, and we'll talk to you again very, very soon.
Thank you, Jane.